Welcome to our fourth and final segment on the sweep command. In this segment, we'll be exploring the conical profile type. Let's activate the sweep command. The conical is the last option. Our first subtype option is 2 guide curves. Let's select our first guide curve. Next, the tangency. Then the last guide curve. And the tangency again. For the parameter value, I'm going to enter 0.5. I'll be explaining what this means later. In the meantime, let's preview. We can change the angle value in relation to the support. As you see here, I'm going to put this back to 0. Hit preview. The parameter value defines the passing point for this surface. Basically, if the intersection tangencies from this surface are going to be right here, this parameter will have a value of 1. On the other hand, if I just put a straight line between these 2 points, we have a passing point for this surface on this imaginary line. In this case, the parameter value would be equal to 0. In reality, the parameter value can be very close to 0 or to 1, but not 0 or 1 exactly. For example, I can enter point 999, preview, and CATIA calculates a sharp edge for me. Let's make the parameter value closer to 0. Let's enter point 0001 and preview. We effectively have a flat surface connecting these 2 curves. Okay, let's go back to 0.5 and click preview. Okay. Let's Control Z out of this. We're going to bring in Sketch 3 now. Right-click, Hide Show. Let's activate the sweep command again. Our second option is 3 guide curves. Let's select guide curve 1, the tangency, guide curve 2. Notice how guide curve 2 doesn't have the same options as the first and last guide curves. Let's select the last guide curve and select this surface for tangency. We'll click preview now. You see we have an angle option, but no parameter value field. Let's preview and click OK. We'll Control Z out of this. Let's put Extrude 2 in No Show. We're going to bring up Sketch 4, right-click, Hide Show. Let's activate the sweep command again. The next subtype we'll be exploring is 4 guide curves. Again, we select guide curve 1, tangency, guide curve 2, guide curve 3, and guide curve 4. Preview, and we have our surface. Let's click OK. Let's Control Z out of this. And we'll put Extrude 1 into No Show. Let's bring up Sketch 5. Activate the sweep command again. Our last option is 5 guide curves. As you see, we have neither tangency nor angle or other options. Let's choose our 5 curves. 4th curve, and final curve. Click Preview. Here we have an option for smooth sweeping. This is used to correct small discontinuity on your surface. Our last option is Remove Cutters on Preview. I'm going to take a moment to show you how this works. Click OK. Let's right-click on our geometrical set 1 and put it in No Show. Let's insert a new geometrical set. We'll call it Set 2. OK. Now let's collapse Set 1. Now Set 2 is active. Deselect everything and select the Sketch tool, the XY plane. Let's create a spline here. And this point. Escape when you're done, and we'll exit the sketch. Activate the Sweep command again. Under Profile Type, select Line. Under Subtype, select With Reference Surface. Now let's select a guide curve. The reference surface, select the XY plane. Angle value, enter 100 degrees, Tab. Length 1, 20 millimeters, Tab. Length 2, 0, and Preview. Let's see if this works. We get an error message. The extrusion of a vertex of the profile leads back to a cusp. Use a guide with a smaller curvature. We click OK. Right here we have two cutters. I can grab and move them. Both have small arrows. Next, let's deselect Remove Cutters on Preview. As you see, we've got two surfaces. The middle part of the problem has been removed. I can right-click on the cutters and choose Reset to Initial Position. I can also right-click and choose Remove Twisted Area Management, which also effectively removes the cutters. Let's click Preview. Again, we've got an error message. CATIA recommends we use a guide with a smaller curvature. Same error message. Let's preview again. Let's keep all sub-elements and click OK. Basically, the cutters appear in the specification tree as a point. You can simply double-click to change the point position. Let's cancel out of this. Now double-click on Sweep 3. If we actually don't want to cut part of the surface, but to fix it, I can change the angle here to 90 degrees. And that should solve our problem. Let's click Preview. I see that I still have cutters here. What I need to do is check Remove Cutters on Preview. And Preview again. And we see that our problem is indeed solved. Let's click OK. And this concludes our overview of the Sweep command.